What is up, you guys? Razor here, and I'm going to show you how to beat the Godskin duo with one incantation, the Swarm of Flies. That's all you need, and if you have the Dragon Communion Seal, that's definitely the meta to use with this, but as long as you can shoot this incantation, that's all that really matters. So first of all, as you can see, tons of pillars. That's basically what you're going to be playing off of the entire game. You're just going to be running around these pillars and keeping distance from the Godskin duo, but not too much distance. You need the Swarm of Flies to actually activate. So what you want to do is prompt one of their attacks when you're already from a somewhat safe distance. Just start your attack, and then you just rinse and repeat. You're going to notice that they're going to sprint up to you, so it's all about timing these attacks correctly. When they throw their incantations at you, like, that's a really good time to use your attack, especially if you're behind a pillar. This was my first run, so I actually get smoked by them a bunch, but now that I've fought these guys like 3 or 4 times, I can definitely confirm this was the easiest way to do it. If you have more to add to this loadout, that's even better, but I just wanted to keep it very simple because most people that are going to need the tutorial probably don't have all the endgame stuff, so I feel a bit better about that. If you have talismans that increase your bleed, Lord of Blood's Exaltation, that's huge. Lord Flock's Talisman enhances incantations. And then the other two you can just use for defense if you're getting hit too much by these guys. The most annoying attack probably in the entire game, the one where Giant Lizard Man goes up, turns into a giant ball, and then for the next 3 minutes rolls around on the ground. I can show you how to dodge this. Literally, that is the very last move that they use on me in this video, so that is the easiest way to dodge it. But if you don't directly get behind a pillar in time, it's also still dodgeable. Gotta be lucky to have the pillar already broken though, because you need to jump on top of the spot that's broken. So when he's rolling around, you're safe up there. The only thing that you have to deal with is the other Godskin. But as you may notice, I like to actually attack the big one because the skinny guy, he literally just chills there and watches the fight if you don't attack him. But once you attack both of them, that's when they're going to be both sprinting at you like a madman. So the first time you kill the big guy, you want to try and either kill the skinny guy as fast as possible, or you could just not even attack him and wait until he brings back the big guy and kill the big guy 3 times in one match. It's honestly, like, it doesn't see, at first you think you want to go after the skinny guy because he takes way more damage, but the skinny guy, honestly, it's harder to prompt his attacks quick enough to actually get attacks in because the big guy will always be aggro. He's way more aggro, even if you're not attacking him yet. Definitely recommend attacking big guy. Skinny guy usually leaves you alone. You just need to get used to being behind pillars because he's gonna take an angle on you and he's gonna try and throw balls at you at the back of your head, which sounds very sus, and it is because this fight's sus. Make sure that you're getting used to standing on the side of pillars. You just need to be aware enough of where he's standing because he's just gonna randomly throw those at you, and that's pretty much all he's going to do, unless he gets close to you, and that's also why you need to be aware, because if you get too close to him, that's when he's going to swing at you for the first time. You can literally use any armor unless your endurance is very low, but basically what you're going to want to put on is your highest fire resistance. So anything with a high physical and a high fire resistance is going to do extremely well against these two. The Flame Drink Talisman, of course, is your best choice for defense, because these guys do black flame damage. It's extremely annoying when it hits you in the back, so having these on will make it a lot less punishing. The strategy also works well with a summon because you can safely shoot a swarm of flies at either one of them while they're attacking your summon. They will become aggro on you, and then you can just sprint around and do the same thing that you see here solo. This will keep your summon alive for an extremely long time, and like I said, keeps you at a safe distance. As long as you just shoot one swarm of flies, don't spam it, and you juggle them well. While you're standing directly behind a pillar, and the NPC is directly on the opposite side, or even while the giant NPC is doing the giant roll, what you gotta do is make sure you point your camera up a little bit, because if you're looking down too much, the swarm of flies is gonna go straight into the pillar, and I've wasted so many attacks doing this. You'll see that if you point it up perfectly, or if you point it up even a little bit more than you think you should, you'll hit them every single time. and that's how you don't waste a bunch of swarm of flies, because you want to manage your FP more than you usually do. So make sure that you reallocate your flask count and make sure that you have enough cerulean tears to not run out. And this is very simple, just hit the grace right before the fight. And if you're into crafting, make sure you make some sleeping pots, because those will put these absolute bozos to sleep in no time. You'll need about 3 or 4 of them, and that'll finish off the fight so easily. If you learned anything, make sure you hit that like button, and if you disliked, make sure you hit that dislike button, and make sure you hit that sub bell. Set it to all posts. I'll be posting more tutorials, more entertaining things like no-hit runs, and I'll be posting some overpowered build videos as well. See you in the next video, and I hope you enjoy. Do that by yourself. Haha.